what brought you to the realization like, yo,
Yeah.
life is crazy.
No,
This thing
I'll
that
definitely.
happened here, I gotta change something.
Yeah, I'll definitely mention it. I've mentioned it in other interviews. In fact, I think B Dot actually used it as an angle in our battle. But for me, it was. I mean, I won't get into specifics, but it was,
Don't get yourself
obviously I was.
indicted, brother. Don't do it.
Yeah. I was obviously doing stupid things and crazy stuff. But the last straw was actually my cousin being murdered, who was like my best friend. You know what I'm saying? He was my best friend, and I mean, he was already rapping at the time. I wasn't, but this is about when I was like, man, I want to say maybe 19, 20 years old, and he ends up, he was just part of a gang, and he went to a meeting, and long story short, he was murdered, and his daughter was still in the car. I mean, thank God she's still alive, but he was murdered. And I remember just sitting back, and it's crazy because right before that, he was in my kitchen and we were just having a conversation. And I remember like already kind of like insinuating to him, like, yo, Ralphie, we just gotta get out of this, bro. Like, we gotta get away from this, man. We can't keep doing this. And he was just like, man, I don't want to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like, if I'm out, I'm out.
Right.
And I said, okay, bet. And that was the last conversation I had with him, man. And I remember after that, I don't want to paint the picture like I was like, oh, my life was in danger. That's why I came out. But like for me, I remember just sitting down, and I was on YouTube one day, and just randomly out of nowhere, man, I just clicked on a video, and it was the video that was just all audio, had no visual, but it was this preacher, and he was just talking about Jesus and stuff. And so for the first time in my mind, it started making sense. But I would say the turning point for me was my cousin being murdered. And I have no doubt in my mind that I would not be having this conversation with you apart from my life being given to God. Like I just wouldn't be alive. I just know for a fact. But I am here, man, and I know everything happens for a reason. And so I try to make sure that everything I do is within like the scope of excellence. I don't, whether I'm teaching at a school, whether I'm battle rapping, whether I'm doing music, whether I'm preaching, I want all things to kind of come back to the person of who I am and what God has done in my life. So thank you for asking for that, though.
No, man, and I'm sorry to hear about the loss of your cousin and
Yeah.
your niece having to go through that. But I do thank you for sharing, and I feel like there's a lot of people listening right now who can get a lot of that message because